The Legend of Jigong Chapter 1.
It all kicks off in the Southern Song Dynasty, right? Around the Shaxing era, so mid-12th century.
Yep, grounded in history. And the story really starts not with some big cosmic event, but with something very human. Social pressure on a good man.
This is his father, Li Maochun. He's introduced as this really well-respected guy, Li the good man.
And he had status, too. Former capital garrison commissioner from Tiantai County. Wealthy, dedicated to good works, building bridges, helping the needy, all that.
But there's an irony right at the start, isn't there? About why he wasn't commissioner anymore.
Yeah, that's key. He lost his high-ranking military post. Not corruption, not incompetence.
But because he was too nice.
Basically, yes. The text says his military discipline, his oath, was too lenient, too soft for the job. His fundamental goodness kind of made him fail in that role.
Wow. So he goes home, keeps doing good deeds, seems like the picture of virtue.
Until he overhears something. He's out and about, and he hears people gossiping.
And this is the trigger, right?
Absolutely crucial.
Yeah.
He hears them saying, Li Maochun, sure, he builds roads, helps the poor, but is he really a good man? He doesn't even have a son.
Oof. No heir. In that society, that just negated everything else.
Well, it pretty much did. Lineage, continuing the family, especially a virtuous line, that was the ultimate measure. All his good deeds felt incomplete, maybe even pointless without it.
The text says he goes home just deeply unhappy, sunk inside himself. You can feel the weight of that.
It's a crushing blow. And his wife, Wang Shi, she's getting older, nearing 40.
And she suggests the practical solution, right? Concubines.
She does, which was totally normal then. But Lear refuses. He doesn't want the easy way out. Instead, they decide to go big.
Ask Kevin directly.
Yeah. They fast for 3 days, travel to Guoqing Temple on Mount Tiantai, a famous site. They're going to pray specifically for a son in the Arhat Hall.
And this is where things get less every day, more legendary.
Definitely. They're in the Arhat Hall praying, and suddenly the statue of the fourth Arhat, one of the enlightened disciples of Buddha, just topples off his lotus base, crashes down.
Oh, okay, that's dramatic. Most people think bad sign, earthquake, vandals.
Right. But the abbot, a guy named Jigong, he's right there, and his reaction is immediate. He doesn't see disaster.
He sees a prophecy. He declares instantly, this is a sign. You will have a noble son, a tree.
Wait, just like that? Based on a falling statue? That seems like a bit of a leap for an abbot. What if it was just, poor construction?
Well, you have to remember which Arhat it was. The fourth Arhat, the dragon-subduing Arhat, Nandamitra, he's known for being incredibly powerful, sometimes a bit wild, unconventional.
Ah, okay. So the way it fell and which statue fell was specific.
Exactly. It wasn't just any statue. Its fault perfectly foreshadowed the kind of noble son Li would get someone powerful, destined but maybe not fitting the standard mold. Jigong knew this wasn't just about continuing the family line.
Okay, the cosmic gears are turning. And soon after, Wang Shi gets pregnant.
And the birth itself is loaded with supernatural signs, confirms the abbot wasn't just guessing.
Like what?
The courtyard is filled with this intense red light, and there's this strange, really strong, pungent fragrance filling the air, not your typical baby smell.
Definitely sounds like an Arhat arriving. But then things get weird again, right? Yeah, despite the light show and the divine perfume, the baby just cries and cries nonstop for 3 whole days and nights.
Nothing consoles him.
Nothing, until Abbot Jigong shows up to offer congratulations.
And the crying stops.
Instantly! They bring the baby out, he sees the monk, stops crying, and actually smiles.
Okay, that's a connection.
And then Jigong does something pivotal. He touches the baby's head and recites this very cryptic verse. This is, like, the mission statement for the baby's life.
What does he say?
Don't laugh, I know your origin. You come and I go, both cast aside. Saving everyone, relying not on delusion.
You come and I go. Sounds like a handover.
That's how it reads. The abbot's basically saying, my part in bringing you here is done, now your destiny begins. And it hints at shedding worldly ties cast aside.
And he names him.
He names him Li Shuwan. Shiduan means something like cultivating affinity or mending fate. And right then, Jigong claims him as a disciple in training, A.H.
So, born human, but instantly marked for a spiritual path. Heavy burden for a kid.
Yeah. And the next phase is his childhood, before that destiny fully takes over, from about age 7 to 14.
And he's portrayed as quiet, but smart.
Extremely smart, kind of reserved, Jago didn't talk or laugh much, maybe a bit isolated, but academically, a total prodigy, studied with his cousins.
And the text mentions that crazy reading skill.
Yeah, eyes read 10 lines at once. A photographic memory, basically. His teacher predicts he'll become a great vessel.
So he's on track to be this brilliant scholar official fulfilling the noble son idea in a conventional way?
Seems like it. But then tragedy strikes. When Xu is 14, his father, Li Maochun, gets sick and dies. He was only 55.
First pillar falls.
And it has immediate consequences. Xu has to observe the formal mourning period, which means...
No civil service exams. His planned path is blocked.
Exactly. His father, on his deathbed, entrusts the family and Xuan's prearranged marriage to a Miss Liu to his brother-in-law. But Xuan's worldly future is put on hold.
And during this time, we get that interesting detail about his mother, Wang Shi, and her ritual.
Oh, the Wenjilu, the questioning heart tower. Yeah, that's fascinating.
It wasn't just a prayer room, was it? It sounds almost bureaucratic.
It really does. She kept this tower where every year she would literally tally up every single good deed the family had done.
Tally them up.
Like count them. Then she'd write up a formal report, a fan, and ceremonially burn it to submit it to heaven to make sure nothing was overlooked, no good deed went unrecorded.
Wow. That's incredibly methodical, structured virtue. It shows the kind of environment he grew up in: piety, order, keeping accounts with heaven.
Precisely, which makes his later transformation even more striking. But that structure soon collapses too.
His mother dies.
2 years after his father, now both his parents are gone, he spent the mourning period immersed in Taoist and Buddhist texts. It says he Sequoia loved philosophy and religion.
And the second loss is the final push.
It seems so. He declares he has Suso, seen through the red dust, seen through the illusions and suffering of the mortal world.
He's done with it all.
Totally. He's 18 now, the mourning period is officially over, and he just leaves, vanishes.
Doesn't say goodbye.
Leaves a note for his uncle, Wang Anshi. It basically says, Yuan is gone, don't look for me. When we meet again someday, things will be clear.
Cryptic. The human Li Xuan is essentially gone.
His human chapter closes, he starts wandering, spends all his money, tries to join some monasteries.
But they turn him away?
Yeah, maybe he already seemed too odd or just looked like a beggar by then. It feels like fate is guiding him, pushing him towards one specific place.
Which is Lingying Temple,
Oh.
the famous place near Hangzhou on Filai Peak.
And the abbot there is Yuan Kong, also called Yuan Shetang, a really respected master said to be a 9th-generation beak.
And does Yuan Kong also turn him away?
No! The opposite. Yuan Kong takes one look at this disheveled young man.
And sees.
He sees the truth. He immediately recognizes him not as Li Shuyuan, but as the golden body dragon subduing Arhatchu, the divine being sent by Buddha to save the world.
Just like that. Instant recognition.
Instant. But the Arhat is still sort of dormant inside the human form, buried under the grief and experiences of Li Shuyuan.
So recognition isn't enough to fully awaken him.
Apparently not. Yuan Kong needs to perform a kind of spiritual jumpstart, a shock to the system.
Oh.
He strikes Xuan 3 times. The text says it's to open his heavenly gate. It's not a beating, it's like hitting a cosmic reset button.
3 sharp shocks.
And after the 3rd strike, boom, Yuan finally awakens. He understands who he truly is, his divine origin, his mission. The transformation is complete.
Li Xuan is gone. The Arhat is awake.
And Yuan Kong takes him as a disciple, giving him his new monastic, and really his true name, Daoji. Dao meaning the way, the path, and Ji meaning to aid or ferry across. So he who helps others across via the way.
Daoji. The mad monk is born.
And he earns that name fast.
Mad monk, crazy monk. The text suggests his intense meditation, and that sudden jolting awakening just made him eccentric.
Yeah.
Meditation made him mad.
He comes out of it fundamentally changed and not in a quiet way.
Not at all. He immediately starts shattering temple norms, stealing, taking money, even robes from the other monks.
Just for himself?
No, that's the twist. He pawns the stolen goods.
To buy wine and meat, the 2 big no-nos for monks.
Exactly. But then he takes that wine and meat and whatever money's left and goes outside the temple walls. He gives it all away to the poor, the sick, the people society ignores.
So the rule-breaking serves a purpose. It's method acting for compassion.
That's his justification. He gets called out, obviously, especially for not being vegetarian. He throws it right back at them. What does he say?
He basically argues, you guys cultivate your mouths, you follow the dietary rules meticulously, but you neglect your hearts.
Whereas I
I cultivate my heart, he says, through compassion and helping others. The mouth. Less important. There's that famous line, often quoted as a poem. Tunyu, the Buddha left a verse, I cultivate the heart, they cultivate the mouth.
He's directly challenging the idea that outward observance equals inner virtue. Bold.
Incredibly bold. And it makes him public enemy number one for the temple's management, especially the chief monk, the Kaiwan, named Guangliang.
Guangling sounds like the rule keeper, the administrator.
Totally. He sees Daoji as chaos, an embarrassment, a threat to the whole system. He's constantly trying to catch him to get him kicked out.
And he thinks he finally has him at one point.
Oh, yeah. He sees Daoji sneaking around, robes bulging suspiciously. Guangliang is convinced he's finally caught him red-handed, stealing something valuable, specifically a fancy 40 tiao monk's robe.
40 tiao, that's a lot. A serious offense.
Yeah. Huge. So Guangliang triumphantly drags Daoji in front of Abbot Yuankong, makes this big accusation, demands expulsion. We finally got him.
The abbot must have been in a tough spot. Even if he recognized Daoji's nature, theft is theft.
Exactly. The pressure is on. Everyone's watching. Guangliang is gloating.
And Daoji.
Cool as a cucumber. He just smiles this maddening little smile and calmly unties the sash, holding his robes closed.
And out falls.
Not the stolen robe, just dirt. Clumps of soil, piles of it tumble onto the floor.
Dirt. What was he doing with dirt?
He just says innocently, oh, I was just gathering some dirt to help sweep the hall. A basic chore.
Oh, that's brilliant. He turned the accusation completely on its head.
Perfectly. Guangliang, the strict rule follower, is utterly humiliated. He looks like a fool, and worse, like someone making false accusations motivated by spite.
So Guangliang gets punished instead.
Severely by the abbot's order. But the incident makes it clear Daoji can't really stay at Lingen's either. His presence is just too disruptive for the regular monks.
So he leaves. The Arhat is now fully independent out in the world.
Yeah, he heads off. And the chapter ends right there, with him walking towards Westlake and immediately seeing someone hanging from a tree.
Wow. No rest for the mad monk. His work starts instantly.
The origin story is complete. The stage is set for his adventures in saving people through very unconventional means.